It's been a long wait for new major content in Don't Starve Together, but our prayers were finally answered as a new beta branch just opened up with a heap of new stuff. In this video I'm going to try and cover as many things from the update as I possibly can. I'm going to talk about the new biomes, new creatures, new craftable structures, you name it. And we're going to start by talking about the world in general. The most striking change is that the land is surrounded by water now, and not just a void of empty space. And as someone who loved Shipwrecked, I've been hoping and praying that we might one day get Shipwrecked together, and honestly I never thought that we would. Admittedly, this is very different to a multiplayer Shipwrecked, but it might end up being even better, who knows. At the moment there's only one boat that you can build, but it functions completely differently to the boats in the single player DLC. But before we talk about the boat, we need to talk about the think tank. Crafted with 4 boards, this will give you access to the new Seafaring crafting tab, which you will need for anything boat related. As you can see, you have the boat kit, an oar, a boat patch, an anchor kit, mast, a steering wheel kit, and an anchor figure sketch if you want to make a nice little statue of an anchor. Here's a boat that I prepared earlier so you can see the items in place. You can propel your boat with an oar if you like, but it's far easier to use a combination of a mast and a steering wheel for that. You can also add multiple masts to increase the speed of your boat. As you can see, it doesn't travel very fast with just the one. The anchor kit will make your boat stop where you want it to, and the boat patch stops it from leaking if you hit stuff. Keep in mind it is very easy to damage your boat by hitting the land, so make sure that you control the speed and that you're heading in the right direction before you set out for the seas. If you do get into a bit of trouble, you can always make a flare to let the other players know that you are doomed. And aside from sailing the seas, boats can serve additional functions as well. You're not restricted to building only boat related items, and you could happily set up a fully functional base out on the water. Winona can quickly turn a boat into a makeshift refuge from mobs and bosses alike. Here you can see Winona taking a little nap while her catapults take care of Deerclops. Boats can also be used as bridges for those annoying pieces of land that don't quite meet up where you'd like them to. But the most important use for boats is to travel to the new biome. If you venture far enough into the water, you might find yourself on the shores of the moon. And as soon as you set foot on the lunar beach, you'll notice that your sanity has been replaced by lunacy, a new mechanic in the update, and it is the direct inverse of your sanity. So if your sanity is full, then you're completely loony. And you don't want to stay like that for too long, as you'll be constantly chased by gestalts. 1 hit and you're drowsy, 2 and you're having a nap on the floor. A good way of getting around this is bringing the bone helm if you have one, or just chomping on some glommergoop or other foods that would normally make you insane. There are plenty of things to see on this moon. Starting off with the beach area, you'll see these anemones, which kind of look like starfish but will try and grab you if you step on them. They actually do a fair bit of damage and function kind of like a natural tooth trap. You can't attack them, but you can dig them up and even replant them at your base if you like. The bull kelp is something you can pick straight off the floor, and this will give you kelp fronds and the bull kelp stalk, which is a new weapon that is weaker than a spear, doing only 27 damage and only lasts for 21 hits as well, so it's kind of forgettable. The kelp fronds can be used to make a sea wreath, which drains your sanity on the mainland, but is actually beneficial on the moon. You'll see a fair bit of driftwood around the place as well, which you can also use to repair your boat instead of the boat patch. Moving out into the moon crater area, you'll see these celestial fishes, which give off a bit of light and lunacy, the amount of which depends on the moon cycle. The moon glass is also all over the place and is easily gathered with a pickaxe. Loon trees can be found here as well and give you quite a bit of wood, with the largest trees giving you 6 logs when you dig up the stump, as well as moon moths and 2 moon blossoms. As of yet there isn't any way of replanting these trees, so don't chop them all down just yet. The moon moths that you get though can be used to craft a new critter. 1 moon moth and 1 flower salad is needed to get you a mothling. And this is the first critter that actually does something useful, providing you with an unlimited source of light. And it looks absolutely adorable. Speaking of adorable, salamanders also call this loon biome home, and with 900 health, this cute creature is easy to underestimate. If you do decide to kill one, first of all, you monster, you'll get 1 measly leafy meat as a reward. Salamanders are interesting creatures who can be very territorial with their own kind, and you'll often see them warding off other salamanders that come too close. But when they're not guarding their territory, they're usually asleep on the floor, which actually allows them to regenerate health. The salamander's special ability though comes from their interaction with bath bombs, which you may find lying around one of the hot springs. Throw one of those bad boys in the water and it will cause a sleeping salamander to ripen, giving it the ability to set you and other things on fire. Killing a ripe salamander, again, you monster, will give you a dragon fruit. Unfortunately, not every creature here is as adorable as the salamander. Shattered spiders are particularly gruesome, and with 250 HP, they are stronger than spider warriors. As well as the standard biting attack, these spiders can also make spikes shoot up from the ground and use that ability to target you if you get too far away from their melee attack. They drop the same loot as normal spiders do, but their spider hole will give you some moon rocks and glass shards as well, as long as you're brave enough to fight the whole pack to get them. It seems the spiders weren't the only creatures to get a bit of a makeover, with pengulls also making the journey to the moon. Unlike their counterparts, the moonrock pengulls will normally attack you on sight and will only drop ice or monster meat upon death. And if you thought the moon was free from hounds, think again, as it seems those bastards have now learnt to swim. Not only do they come just as frequently and numerously as before, but now there's a chance that killing them will not actually be the end of their existence. Horror hounds can make their way out of the corpse of regular hounds to continue the attack from beyond the grave. These hounds have as much health as red and blue hounds and do slightly more damage than the regular ones, dropping 2 hound's teeth and 1 monster meat upon death. And yes, that one is final. As for food on this new biome, stone fruit bushes are probably the way to go from what's on offer. As long as they're ready to pick, you can quickly gather a large amount of them, and mining them with a pickaxe will uncover the delicious fruit inside. You can also see that there are carrots on the moon, and carrots are like rabbits and can be caught in traps or dug up with a shovel. They will actually give you a carrot, but you need to plant it first. On top of all the flora and fauna of this new land, after enough exploring, you should also encounter 3 inviting formations. After about half an hour of mining, you will uncover the celestial altar pieces inside. The base, orb and idol pieces can be put together on a celestial fissure to complete the altar and give you access to the Enlightenment crafting tab. In this tab we have the moon glass axe, glass cutter, moon crater turf, the bath bomb, and 2 figure sketches so you can immortalize your memories of your time on the moon. The axe chops down trees roughly twice as fast as a regular axe, but doesn't last that long, and the glass cutter is more of the same. It's more powerful than a dark sword but has less durability, unless that is, you're fighting nightmare creatures. It seems as though the moon's power outranks that of the night. And that just about brings me to the end of the video. As you can see, it's a monumental update and a very promising start to the return of them beta. I tried my best to cover as much as possible in the update, but in truth there are many more things to uncover and explore, and many strategies and mechanisms that the community will discover in the coming weeks. If you want to share your thoughts or add any more info that you've found, feel free to do so in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoy the video or found it helpful. I always appreciate your support on my videos. Thank you so much for watching and take care.